What is going on, guys? It is your boy Kevin, and I'm back today with some more Mortal Kombat 11 content for you. And I wanted to discuss the recent patches that have been made. If you guys weren't aware, NetherRealm did drop a small minor tweak patch yesterday that adjusted the game very slightly. We're in the middle of pro competition right now, so I don't see NetherRealm really pushing to make any giant adjustments or throw new characters in the game until we finish running through that. I'm still here with like the childish hope that maybe I'll get Reptile, maybe they'll put the Borgs in the game, because if you guys didn't know, none of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters are in this game. I'm maining just Jackie off of who I enjoy playing in the game right now, but she's not necessarily my favorite character. None of the people I really enjoy are in here, so I hope they show up. And if you guys would like to sit around and pray with me to the NRS Elder Gods that maybe we get some more content coming down the pipeline, you can do so over on twitch.tv/Kevinmcolon. I'm streaming 3 to 4 times a week, 3 to 4 hours at a time, and my Rumble Down Under Mortal Kombat 11 Exhibition Series finale is going to be taking place this June 2nd. We've had players on stream competing every single week, twice a week, to earn points for a chance at this, what I believe now is close to $500 total pot. You guys still have time to enter that if you'd like to and try to get into the top 8, but if not, maybe just consider showing up for the finale. And if you have any questions for me, of course, leave them in the comments or hit me up in Discord. All of that information will be available to you in the description down below. With that said, let's talk about the big bow, Shao. Now, if you guys don't have access to the patch notes, for one, that's going to be in the description as well. Feel free to pull it up. I'm going to have it up on my computer just to make sure I don't miss anything super important. And secondly, if you're looking for an overall guide on how to play Shao Kahn, I'm not covering all of that today. I'm just talking about the adjustments that have been made to him. This should be a shorter video, though I do have a tendency to ramble. And I will info card up at the top right and in the description for you a video link to how to actually just play Shao Kahn, and you can figure out his game plan from there. And again, feel free to ask me questions if you have them. But from what has been changed for Shao Kahn, not too much, just some fun ones. I don't necessarily feel like this is going to bump the character up to top 10 status. He's still going to struggle, but he's going to struggle slightly less than he did before for these reasons. For one, first adjustment that was made, this forward 3-4 string. Before, of course, as we know, is flawless blockable. You can flawless block the forward 3, you can flawless block the forward 3-4, and that used to shut down his potential to do anything. You're still going to be able to launch him off of that, but he can now, even if the move gets flawless blocked, still special cancel, where before he couldn't. Before, if that last kick was flawless blocked, he was just stunted there and opened up for a guaranteed punish. Now he can still try to do something, even though ideally, if your opponent is willing to flawless block launch you, you're still not going to get much in there. This isn't going to come out fast enough if you get flawless blocked, but you can try to go for it. I don't think it's going to change much. I don't think it makes this string any better. The big problem with this string is the gap, and if they really wanted to buff Shao, they would have to make this very similar to Raiden, who gets to do this and go into strike throw mix. Am I going to just finish as Raiden does and get side switch, or am I going to try to combo extend off of it? If they force that mix, it changes it. The fact that you could flawless block and completely shut it down is the bigger problem, and I don't think being able to special cancel the second hit even on flawless block is going to change anything. If you guys need a better example, okay, we'll see here, both hits are flawless blockable. Even if it gets flawless block, I can still try to special cancel, but doesn't really change much. The option to launch me or just take your turn back is still there. So I wouldn't, you know, go abusing that move because you think it's an amazing move to use now. The more important change, the one that I find the most fun, is going to be the change that has been made to Hammer Lunge, because before, Hammer Lunge was only really a move that was an anti-zoning tool, right? We could try to get in over opponents with it and hopefully amplified, and that was all the damage that we were going to get, but it did help close the gap for Shao over certain projectiles. Some of them, like Shiva's fireballs and Dragon Stance, are still not going to be that easy to hop over, but you know, something like kneecapping, something like Lu, if Lu was to try to low fireball me, I could potentially get over it and hit Lu and then go into stuff. The problem before was that even if we landed this, you had a very tight window to hit a down one, right? So if I wanted to combo this, he had to be in the corner. I would barely be able to get a down one, and then I could try to get some conversion of, it's always when you want to record, I could try to get some conversion off of it and turn this into something meaningful. That's going to give me more damage than just doing this, which I'd normally be able to do. But that was very limited to the corner. Now, that's no longer the case. Let me get the AI to stop. Now, you can actually just hit hammer lunge and continue off of it. It has become a meterless launcher, which is amazing for him. Before, Shao's only access to meterless launch capabilities was coming off of this back three, which was a great move. It obviously, I mean, it has amazing range. You see, I'm over here standing in Wisconsin, and I'm still able to hit Lou all the way over in Utah. I don't know geographically how far those states are apart, okay? Just work with me on that and out. But we could still check this man's chin from eons away. Shao has never really had a range problem. He's had more of a speed problem. And even though this gives us meterless launch, the capabilities for what you could get off of it were limited, and you'd have to spend meter anyway. Now, this gives us more meterless launch, so we don't have to stick our whole neck out. Also, this move here, hammer lunge, which used to be death on block, right? So you'll see if it gets blocked, we're -7, which means characters like Garrus, Sub-Zero, Aaron Black, I believe, who have 6 frame down ones, can still punish you with a down one and take their turn back. You can technically get punished with stand ones, but you're not going to really. I mean, look at that tip range. Stand one doesn't reach for most characters. Shao actually has a far-reaching one compared to most. And he shimmies forward a little bit when he does it. But now if we meter burn this to keep ourselves safe, we are +1, where you used to be dead if you did this. So if you tried to get over a projectile with this move and amplified it, and that got blocked, your entire life was over. You were just telling your opponent, listen, I am Shao Kahn. I care nothing for my health, because that was, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say somewhere close to like -14. It was definitely extremely punishable, because I used to kill Shaos for doing that all the time. The game used to be that Shaos would do this, waiting for you to punish that. They would purposefully leave themselves open to condition you that I stop here, and then they would try to get in with a little cheeky amplify. And if I just held block, they would kill themselves. Now, they can completely keep themselves safe. Now, you do want to be careful. It is possible. I'm going to try to do it here, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not practice this, and I don't know how consistently I'll be able to get it. If I can't land it, I will show you a clip to show you that it is possible. Okay. Yeah, you see, you can flawless block it. Hold on. I'm going to not move. Come on, we just did it on our first try. You can actually flawless block that. So you want to be careful. If you face a high technical level player who is aware of that, they could potentially punish you for that. I don't play Lou. What's a good Lou combo? And I messed up the flawless there. Come on, come on. I want to do one thing out of curiosity. I can never stop labbing, guys. Okay, we'll just go for the easy one. So that's there. You want to keep in mind that people can and will do that. Don't get thrown off if somebody does flawless block you. But I'll be honest, guys, more often than not, they're just going to hold block. You're going to be plus, and you're going to get away with it. You're just going to. Until you play at a very, very high level, or your friend's good, or they have a friend who plays Shao. I mean, how many people do you know really sit down and main Shao, given how difficult it is to do competitively? You will get away with this a lot more than you should. So if you play Shao, that's a very, very technical skill to be able to identify this move and flawless block it and launch you. Let your opponent show you that they're capable of doing that before you fear it. Just keep in mind that it is possible. And people will hide tech like that on purpose. Like, I am the kind of person where if I have a life lead, I will not flawless block you most of the times that you do it, so that when you try to end the game with it, I can kill you for it. Keep that in mind. But this move is amazing now. And because this launches on its own, this means we get access to a lot more damage than we did before. Let's say you were playing Shao before, right? You do something like this. This is meaningful damage, right? Not necessarily supremely optimal. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. You get around like 300%, right? Watch how much damage we can do now if a jump in. Oh, hold on. Watch how much damage we can do off a jump in when we do it and we don't drop it. I don't necessarily even know if that's optimal. That's 390 damage, or 39%, however you like to think of it, for 1 bar of offensive meter. We are talking noob Cybot levels of damage right now. Let's not sleep on the corner carry that we got from this. We hit Liu mid-screen. Now his back's to the wall. That's a dead Liu Kang. You want to get real feisty with him? I dropped it. Hold on. I dropped it again. Hold on, please. I dropped it again. Hold on, please. All the time. Okay. This time, we're going to hit it, guys. Watch this. All you got to do is get mad enough. And we're talking 430 or 43% damage to Liu Kang just because I felt like it. Let's keep in mind that I didn't read a breakaway, that I just did raw damage to him, and I didn't cash out on Fatal Blow. Do you understand what I'm capable of doing to you with Shao Kahn now? It's incredible what he can do. That is a lot of damage to be able to threaten all the time. Now, of course, it's annoying that you have to juggle your opponent, but you get them to spend defensive meter. And to be honest, when people fight Shao, they fear the damage. They feel like I can just break away. Or sometimes they're so scared of the possibility that you might scum grab them all the time that they just won't. You also always have the amplified shoulder charge down. Don't forget that armor breaks as well. Or you can use the spear anti-air. Shao is a character that has like 17 different armor breaks. So realistically, he has 3. But he has access to a lot of armor breaks. So you get to play a very, very tough mind game with your opponent as to when you're going to try to call out their breakaway, when you're not going to do it. Your anti-airs almost can't even be challenged, because if your opponent decides that they want to jump in on you, you can just do this and there's nothing they can do about it. And if you feel like amplifying it, right, if he tries to break, okay, that's the timing that I said it for. We break away, that's 116, what am I saying? That's 16% damage. I forgot how math works. It's never been my best subject. Please bear with me with that. But they're always worried about that threat. So sometimes they just won't break away. And if you can introduce to them that, hey, if you don't spend your defensive meter, you're holding 39% of your life bar for a bar. And I'm also at range to contest you and get into shenanigans again because I'm Shao Kahn. I don't have to spend meter if I don't want to. You know how unoptimal that combo was and it was still almost 30%? That wasn't even what you can really do. It's just what you have access to. You know what I'm saying? All right, last change that Shao has, and then we're getting out of here because I got to make a video on Shiva. Last change that he has is his change to, I just want you to block all, I'm overthinking it, is his change to his Ground Shatter. Ground Shatter has a little more pushback now. So it's relatively safe, -8. This used to be a death sentence too. If Shao went for this mix-up, he's still -14 on this move alone, which is usually, Shaos will like to do this, right? If they like to use this move, 1-4-2, nice string, ends in an overhead. They'll try to condition you that the overhead is coming, then they'll Ground Shatter, right? But the problem is there's nice gaps between both. It's pretty reactable to see which one he's going for. Look at how much time between this 4 and the 2 connecting, and how much time between the 4 and the Ground Shatter connecting. Most players can just crouch block, assuming that Ground Shatter is coming out faster, and then react to the overhead if they need to. There's a difference of about 2 frames, and the animations are completely different. However, if they do hold it, and you amplify it, you're -8 with incredible pushback. This move still also has its problems, right? For example, if I, one more time, am controlling Liu, and I set Shao Kahn on block to do this, there's a couple of different answers to it. Hold on. One, we can poke straight out, so that's a problem, right? Any character can poke straight out. You can't stand up and answer back. Oh, actually, you can. I'm sorry. I misspoke. But you have to be very precise with the timing on that. And it's not always super easy to get, but it is possible. The down one, a lot more consistent because you don't have to come out of crouching to do that, so that's a lot more consistent. You can also jump straight out of this, get your punish, and if you want to be a demon, You can technically, I don't know if I have the technical skills to do it. I haven't practiced it. Yeah, you can short hop out of it as well. So very similar to the hammer lunges. Not that there's no answer to it. It's just that if they don't answer it, you're a lot safer than you were normally. And of course, you still have the benefits of, and let's take us over to the corner. You still have the benefits of the move doing things like, oh, he still sets a block. Stop it. Being able to restand your opponent with this. We'll just, you can still restand and go into mind games off of that. Of course, that restand is going to be most beneficial in the corner. Outside of that, it's a little hard to restand people. There's tech to do it. I'll discuss that later. It's not important for him. You have stronger tools, but people can still answer you. So the question being, should I pick up Shao? The answer is going to be the same as it's always been, ladies and gentlemen, if you find him fun and you want to. There's still problems in here. The biggest change that you really got is the extra damage you can threaten off of Hammer Lunge. I'm gonna be honest. It's about the most meaningful change that he's been given with this buff and these patch notes. But try it out, see if you can make a difference with it. I have a friend, a very strong competitive player, who plays Shao almost as a secondary at this point, who has been destroying high-level players, literally just with the difference in damage that he's able to do now, along with some other tech. I'm gonna try to nag him to make a Shao guide so I can link it for you guys, because while mine is good, he has a lot better information. Maybe I'll even get him to walk me through Shao Kahn in this channel. We'll see. You guys let me know in the description if that's something you'd be interested in. He has a lot of very interesting strategies, tips, and tricks when it comes to Shao Kahn, and I'd like to have some more guests on. And I'd like to hear how Shao Kahn is working for you. So let me know in the comments down below how you feel about these changes, if you feel like they matter. My overall opinion is that they really don't, but they're really fun, which is what Shao has always been for me. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for enduring my tendency to ramble on what should have been a what should have been a 5-minute video that got extended to almost 20. But I'm thankful you guys have the patience to sit here and listen to this old man talk anyway. I'll catch you guys next time with some more information. Don't forget to follow the Twitch and come say hi, and I will be back soon enough. Thank you guys again. Much love as always. See you next time.